U.S. Army recruiters are going all out on their command sergeant major at U.S. Army recruiting, as it looks like he might have quoted a very questionable person on one of his recent principles of how he can make the organization better, and this is what it's saying. It says number 3 here, Aaron Ramel once said, "The best welfare for the troops is good training." He was right. The NCO creed gives us 2 responsibilities. 1, the accomplishment of our mission, and 2, the welfare of your soldiers. The team needs us to accomplish our mission or we fail. In addition, we can't accomplish our mission if we fail to take care of our subordinates. Who's Aaron Ramel? I didn't know, and I'll be honest with you, because I'm not that much of a history buff. As it brought back to me from people that were part of this command, I had to do a little bit of Googling out here. Aaron Ramel, it says he was a German field marshal during World War II, popularly known as the Desert Fox. He served in the armed forces in Germany, as well as serving in a bunch of these German names in the army of Imperial Germany. Ramel was injured multiple times in both World Wars. Yes, so this command sergeant major apparently was quoting people from a very questionable part of time where you're like, maybe we shouldn't put these people on pedestals, or maybe their principles weren't guiding factors to what the modern U.S. military should be doing. And this has raised a lot of backlash against him about this situation. Now, I will also say, there has been this initial training that was sent out, or this statement, I should say, but then there was a thing where he backtracks and says he still backs what he said, but then that got backlash, and so now we're on this, but that one in the middle there was withdrawn or pulled from the servers or whatever, so we're never going to be able to see it, as it seems like nobody's able to capture that. But let's read the final one here. The Command Sergeant Major says, "Team, on Friday, I shared my leadership philosophy with you and our NCO Corps as I begin my tour as U.S. Army Recruiting Command Sergeant Major. While what I provided was a compilation of advice and experiences gained over my 28 years of service, there is one entry that sidetracked what I hope to accomplish. Near the end of the memo, I quoted Aaron Ramel. This was a mistake, so I made an attempt to correct the record by rationalizing the source. That too was a mistake. For those who read my memo, one of the lessons I shared was to accept responsibility as a matter of honor and integrity. I'm ready to take responsibility for my errors of judgment and to ask for your support and forgiveness. Another of the lessons I shared was to allow NCOs and subordinates to learn from their mistakes and to underwrite an honest one. Please note this was an honest mistake and I have learned from it. Words are important, but so are the sources. And while I do believe the training is important, there's nothing about Aaron Ramel I admire or emulate, period. I will close this as I did Friday, and that I look forward to meeting and engaging with each of you. If you have questions, feel free to reach out to me. Sincerely, Shade S. Monday, Command Sergeant Major." Now, obviously, the trolls in the internet does not let anything go, as this meme right here has been the most notable on U.S. Army Recruiting Facebook page, which kind of has covered this entire story. He wasn't even an N-word here. And the admin of this Recruiter Times page has gone all out with talking about this 4 days ago. And they said, "Decided this should be said now rather than later. Command Sergeant Major Monday, your empty, heartless apology from quoting an N generally is not accepted and most likely sent by you on an order from someone. U.S. Army recruiting soldiers face many challenges in the field, none that can be solved by a B-word quote from someone who has never performed our duties or experienced our struggles. I can recall when you were on the trail as a drill sergeant and I was a private in your platoon. The derogatory statements you make about recruiters. They are dumb, useless, and lie to everyone. Now you are charged with being the senior enlisted advisor to command, which you once labeled as failures. Instead of sending an email to all senior leaders about your philosophy, you should have drafted an email showing the force that you are on equal grounds and are committed to helping the force to minimize our struggles. No one cares about you stroking your ego with some year-old quotes from N-word. With that being said, your apology should have been addressed not only to the senior leaders, but also the force, since all the force has now seen it. Recruiting is unique force. We cannot always tell civilians to follow orders the way soldiers do. When you understand this, you should then reevaluate your priorities and philosophies." It says, on a note, Major General Davis has gone above and beyond to show the force that he cares about people and not just soldiers. He's started to change the mindset and improve things outside of our control. The command does not need someone to come in, set us back, and diminish that over a stupid email, greedy personal agendas, not sure who you are trying to impress, but no one in this command is impressed. I hope you have to spend the next 2 years trying to win back the hearts and minds of those you refer to as dumb, useless, and liars. And then it says here, Command Sergeant Major Monday, you will always be remembered as U.S. Army recruiting Command Sergeant Major who quoted an N-word and believed that you were the quotations fixer for the command in your narrow-minded head. Major General Davis is doing a great job all by himself. Don't mess up with trying to secure an exposition, and no one cares. You run a lot. Welcome to U.S. Army recruiting, and that gained a lot of traction over here. And this is where you've gone from something like this. I'm not going to read everything, but where people are supporting him. And then you have people here that are sitting here saying that he was a great sergeant major at some other command where he actually changed the culture and was making it better. But then on the other side, you have people over here that are saying, if you think this is an issue, to file equal opportunity issues and to be heard, and people are trying to rile up, trying to get people to actually go against this command sergeant major. So let me get to some of my thoughts on this, because from some of the comments that they're saying, this guy is a new guy. He's been here. He's laying out his principles, his guidance, and it's kind of like his first couple weeks on the job. It sounds like it's been like 2-3 months, and he's trying to say, these are my expectations. This is what I'm looking at. This is how I want to empower you. And I look at it, I'm like, is it the most tasteful thing to put in your guiding principles to try and make sure that you have your troops riled up? And, his intent and the, I would say, context of where it was taken from were very mismatched with this. And so, you talk to anybody that's been a high level military member that's done a lot of reading, it's important, I think, to observe history from all sides, not to ignore it, but realize there's probably another source that had similar information that probably was a more notable on the correct side of history and coming out about this, and I'm not trying to cancel the sergeant major by making this video. I would say, if anything, I do agree. I don't know if he wrote that final letter, but from what it said, it sounded like good things, that he was like, we all deserve some level of forgiveness. But I would say, if that's the case, I hope that the way soldiers are treated in U.S. Army recruiting do have a level of forgiveness. And I would hope that this gets noted in the future for, people are human beings. And, I'm not here to crucify and just, but I'm not going to go here and say he doesn't ever deserve to see the sunlight either. So I have a very mixed bag of emotions, because I'm hearing all of this stuff online where I'm like, there's a lot of stuff for, a lot of stuff against. And I don't know if we just say cancel entirely. I don't think that's an appropriate thing. I think there's gradients between black and white. And hopefully we see some change in culture and recruiting itself. And maybe this guy will bring some value to it. I don't know, the legitimacy of what he said as he was on the trail being a drill sergeant, but maybe people grow, maybe people change, maybe people are better. But let me know if you are part of U.S. Army recruiting, what you think about the situation, or if you're not, let me know down in the comments below, because that's where most of the discussion does occur. But as always, if you guys have topics like this that you want to discuss, hit me up over on Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, TikTok, or down in the comments below. Also, subscribe, because some of you guys are not. But I appreciate it. I'll see you guys next time. Love you.